Hey guys, welcome to Agile Aathmas. Today we are going to talk about another interesting topic, story refinement. For those who are not in Agile context, story is nothing but the requirement in certain easily understandable format. Most of the time we don't give importance to story refinement, but it is very important to refine the story before it is picked up for development. Let us see how to do an effective story refinement and what would be the impact if you fail to do it. As always, let's start with a short story. There was a traveler. He wanted to commute within the city faster, so he was looking for some sort of device that can help him. He has some ideas in his mind as well. What is that device is? So he approached a vendor who can help him, basically a manufacturer or developer who can help him to develop such a beautiful device for him. Then after meeting him, he started explaining him about the requirement. He said the device should have an excellent wheel so that he can move faster. The device should have something to handle it or control it in an easy way. And most importantly, it should withstand minimum of 100 kgs. So that's a simple requirement he has given to him. And the developer said, yeah, he got it. You know what to develop and he can develop it. After a few days, he came back and said, sir, your device is ready. Come and have a look at it. The traveler was very happy and was very eager to see that. So he visited the vendor's place. But to his surprise, what he see is a big traveler bag. Of course, he created a great bag with no doubt, but that was not meeting his purpose. There's a gap. So, how to address the gap? It's a common problem that we all could have faced, right? After stitched your dress, how many of you felt that the tailor did not understand your requirement? After your hairdo, how many of you felt the hairstylist completely messed it up? After your vehicle service, how many of you felt that the problem still exists? The mechanic did not get your problem completely. So, as a product owner, we have given our requirement. We always think the receiver, the tailor or hairstylist or mechanic did not receive it properly. Is it a receiver's problem? No, it's both of their responsibility. So going forward, we'll call the provider of the requirement as product owner and the receivers or development team, right? So let's see how to address the problem. Let's start with a small game. The game is called I Think It Is. It's a very easy and simple game. So how to play this game? Take a notebook, pen, or open your notepad on your laptop. An image will be shown for 5 seconds. Just look at the image and note down what do you see. There's no right or wrong answers. So just play it. So you'll be getting an image. Once you got the image, the circle on the left bottom, that will start your countdown. So exactly after 5 seconds, the image will disappear and you will think and say, what did you see? Let's play the game. So here is your first image. So look at the image and note down what did you see. Okay, so this is your image. So when I ask people what did they see, most of the time the people belongs to India, of the answers was like, this is Lord Ganesha. But if I ask people from other countries, they call it as like a modern art, a lines, a curved lines. That's what they say. But why is the difference? Because their understanding is also connected to a culture, connected to the personality. And from India would see this like a Lord Ganesha. But an Australian would not look at this as a Lord Ganesha. What's our next picture? So, when I show this picture, many of them guessed it right. Some of them said it's like a dog. When they apply a brown paint and think it is a nose, it's a dog. But some of them think this is a bird. You apply a green paint and change your ears to a beak, this becomes a bird. So it also depends on the perception of the people. So when you talk about the requirement, think about the opponent and ask more questions to them and let them come out what they think about that. So make it as an interactive session rather being a pushed information. Just ask them what do they think about that, and then from there develop and the detail of the requirement. So this is your third image. What do you see? The answers I got are it's a wolf, it's a dog, but when I throw some light on that, they say it's a couple with baby. Why there is an ambiguity? because it was dark. There's no insight. So when you talk about the requirement, when you discuss about the requirement, throw as much as possible information. Bring more insight about the requirement. So this is your fourth pick. Guess what it is? Yeah. Many times when I talk about this, people say it's a spin wheel or it's a frisbee or it's a Beyblade, something like that. But it is actually a roof of merry-go-round in an amusement park. So most of the time they miss to see the holistic view of the requirement. Only when you see the holistic view of your requirement, you will understand more about the requirement. You will understand the purpose of the requirement. As a product owner, bring the holistic picture to the development team. Explain the holistic view so that they can understand it more deeper. This is your fifth image, final image. So it's a very interesting image. When I show this image, I got many right answers. Yes, the picture was actually upside down. When you see that in a different angle, it looks like the person is inside the water. The legs were inside the water. But when you turn it upside down, actually the legs are outside the water and the person is upside down inside the water. So it also depends on the viewpoint, from which angle, which dimension you are looking at the image. So be careful, don't assume the opponent, your development team, would also think like you. So that's what the P2iV2 explains you. Understanding will differ based on personality, culture, your perception, how much insight you have, and whether you are seeing the holistic view of the requirement, how much visibility you have, and the viewpoint that you get. When you apply all these factors, when you do a discussions on refinement of a story, that will bring you more filters and remove all the ambiguities, and you get a well-refined story which is ready for development. When I explained that, I got many questions like, yes, I understand the factors to be considered while doing an effective refinement, but I'll do it on the go. I'll start picking the story, I'll start working on the story, and then I'll ask the product owner about their clarifications. But yeah, that works, but definitely you will face some challenges. Let me explain that again with a small simple game. I got this game from toytheater.com. Name of this game is Alphabet Bridge. So this game explains, like in level 1, you have a Superman. Assume that Superman is your schedule, and this green color superhero is you challenging the timeline. So the bottom dotted box is going to be your requirement. There will be some gaps. So that's your understanding gaps or requirement gaps. You're going to fill that on the go. So let's start playing it. So in level 1, you have a lot of understanding. There is only one letter missing. Yes, you're able to achieve it. In level 2, of course, 2 letters were missing and you are competing with your timeline. Yes, you were able to achieve. In level 3, your couple more letters were missing and your time was running. You got stuck in the middle a couple of times and yeah, you got stuck again. Oh no, this time you lost it. Yeah, if you are an expert, you can go up to level 3, 4, 5, 6, but definitely not keep on going with this level. So minimize that. Go with maximum understanding before you pick up the story. Try to minimize your clarifications. Story refinement. Make sure the story is refined well before you pick it up for development. Consider all the 5 factors during the story refinement sessions. Make sure everyone in the team at least have 90% clarity before they start working on that. Add this refinement as one of the criteria in your definition of ready. So if it is not done, if it is not refined and people are not 90% clear, make it as not ready. And keep that in mind. It's also PO's responsibility to make a clear understanding of your story. So with that note, this is the end of this talk. Please let me know your suggestions or comments in the comment box. And thanks for watching. Thank you. Have a safe and healthy life. Thank you.